as the name goes, were constructed by Japanese during the occupation from 1942 to 45, when they were occupying these islands. A total of 7 Japanese wells have been constructed in and around the islands, in which there are 2 Japanese wells here, one here, and one adjacent to this, and 5 of Japanese wells are in the civil areas. Post tsunami, the water in 3 of the Japanese wells, 2 Japanese wells outside have gone bad. So even here, the tsunami had some effect, wherein this water had turned saline and not potable. Thereafter, we had to carry out pumping for almost 3 to 4 months before the water was fit for drinking. Now this water is fit, requires minimum of treatment. What we do carry out here is pumping for 2 or twice a day. The overhead tank behind you is 75,000 gallons. So roughly we provide 1,60,000 gallons every day to the stations. The water is potable. You can just throw it. This is unbelievable. The water is potable. We carry out minimum treatment. However, just to be on the safer side, in case some impurities do come in, drinking water is provided by 2 RO plants in the station. Whereas for normal bathing, washing purposes, we can give water directly from the tap water supply, from this service to overhead service tanks. The depth, your question of depth. So some years back, the Navy divers carried out exercise to find out the depth. They went up to a depth of around 30 meters. Beyond that, they could not go because thereafter, both wells were some maze of tunnels which were bifurcated. So it was not safe or prudent to go down. That is why this thing. And this wells should have a lifeline because there is no water in an area. So this water, like can be aware, that Port Blair faces a lot of water crisis in the summer. Whereas here, even during the summer, the water level hardly recedes maybe an inch or 2. The water level recedes around approximately 4 to 5 inches when we pump out in the morning 7 o'clock. And by evening when we are pumping out, the water level is same as it is now. This is one well, second well. So we have got, at least as far as water goes, so there is no problem here.
That's fantastic.
And this is the water the way it is. Some small patches that you see, some chlorination that we carry out here.
So this is chlorination.
As far as how these wells came into being constructed, what they is presumed, so given the depth of the water, is they have dug it using blasting materials, demolition materials, wherein they have fired cannons and dug it out. Because given the depth, 34 meters is not feasible with the amount of water to dig out. Because what has been the experience here, sir, I've been here for almost 1.5 years, is whenever we carry out construction, whenever in the new construction, we go to a depth of almost not even 1 meter plus, you get water. What they attribute this phenomena is to maybe this being a coral island, and it's a flat area. As the water from the rainwater comes in, it is in the ground only. This corals act as a buffer between the sea and this. That is why the sea water is not allowed to permeate here, neither is this water allowed to go out.
Okay. So this is purely rainwater.
That is what we presume. That is what we presume. Or there may be some complex system of which nature has devised for filtration of sea water to this. Maybe it has a reverse osmosis project or natural desalination.
This is the natural water level.
This is the natural water level at all times. Except when we pump out, the water recedes maybe 4 to 6 inches.
Again, it levels by evening, sir. It takes hardly any time to level up. After pumping almost 1,60,000 gallons a day,
that's
the water again
here, as far as water goes, there is no restriction of water. There is 24 hours water supply. This is what we don't find in the mainland also.
We are very far better off in this matter when compared to even mainland and Port Blair also.
Port Blair water is
slightly
it is reddish in color.
Slightly reddish in color.
It is reddish in color.
How this thing becomes is a wonder actually.
At least being in such remote locality, like you said, at least we don't have to fear that पानी नहीं है. Because water, if it is not there, खाना नहीं मिला तब भी ठीक है, but water is not there, then the psychological feeling is much compounded.
And this was blasted, you feel, all of 30 meters depth.
No, beyond 34 meters,
30
they
meters,
could not actually
it is a maze of tunnels which bifurcate.
That must have been natural.
What maybe there must be some underground streams or something.
But this was dug up to a depth of 30 meters.
34.
30 meters.
उससे ज़्यादा गए नहीं
It's
हो.
like this, sir. The naval divers could go only up to 34 meters.
So we don't know whether it
to
was
see
dug
the depth.
more.
We don't know how much more deep it is.
Narrow that.
It has become narrow due to all these are corals. So the salinated corals, calcinated corals. So under which they could not get the way.
I
to
mean,
go
till a
in.
depth of
34 meters they could go. Naval divers.
That was
They were
actually, you feel that was originally, I mean, that was there originally, or it was dug up?
It was there originally, from Japanese time onwards.
We, as a this thing, once we have come to this thing, we have done nothing other than installing these pump house, installing the safety measures. Otherwise, those wells are in the same condition as they were once they were done. Because this water, prior to tsunami, since the station came, saying like you have heard from the briefing, sir, since it was established in 83, 56, they came here, and 83 onwards. This is the water which has been supplied. There is no other water which has come from outside except within the brief month of 3 to 4 months when this water was not potable and we had to get water from outside for drink. Other than that, these water wells have been in existence since 45, providing perennial source of supply from 45.
These also come here immediately after this,
Okay, sir.
along with the Aram he has come. तो तब ये दिखाया था सर. You saw this place.
Recognize it.
Lot of work is on the ground.